Okay, so it's me again, Shay. Okay, welcome to I Feel episode 2, where we discuss issues that we wouldn't discuss in church usually. You could ask your pastor, but we prefer to discuss our own here. So yeah, you can chip in. So the episode 1 was about
Episode 1 was about how we pray, especially as Nigerians.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now today I asked the question in episode 1. Now I'll be handing it over to my wife. Sorry, I'm Kelvin Aromana, and this is my wife, Mrs. Blessing Aromana. And yeah, I want you over to her to ask the question for today's episode. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go.
Okay, so
Give me the question. Let me hear.
so for today, guys, we have really interesting, probably engaging topic as well. I've got like two questions that I'd like us to talk about. And the first thing is dating. I mean, dating as Christians before versus now.
Okay.
What do you think about it? How has it kind of evolved over time? How has it changed?
Okay. Interesting one.
Mm.
Okay. Back in the days, I think it was much harder to communicate,
Mm.
to reach out. So it was more precious. It was more divine. It was held there. When you find this is my wife, my beloved. You know we use words like beloved now and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now, because of I believe social media, not just social media, technology, communication is easier. You can just send WhatsApp and
Yeah.
instantly the message goes across. So I think it made it watered down the value of relationships in also not just in Christendom in general, but particularly in Christian kingdom as well. Like when in those days you could just court, literally court, and then you won't even see the girl again till you marry, and then that's it. Now you can court, and then maybe you realize something. Oh, this guy, I don't think is this or that or whatever. Then you break it up and stuff like that. So it's harder now because of how funny enough how easy it is to communicate and find out things. And it was easier then, I believe, because of lack of options or lack of communication. So and the way the power I say power the way people struggled to communicate and get their feelings known. So it was there was an art to it. You had to really strive to get what you want. So it was more precious then. And but now it's just yeah, anyhow.
Yeah. Okay, that's like in terms of communication. How about in terms of I don't know, should I use this
Chivalry.
word? What should
Chivalry is like all them gestures, opening car doors, all those things and things.
And the main thing, like now,
Romance
if
and
you're
stuff.
if you're trying to date or probably trying to get to know someone, don't expect nothing less than a couple of dates. I think you need to go out. You need to go to restaurant, nice restaurants. In quotes, you need to spend that money you don't want to spend and all that. So how do you feel about that? How do you feel about things like that?
Mm. Well, standards, yeah, very unrealistic standards, which I think it's because of social media again. They see things, social media. We want to compare ourselves to other relationships. Meanwhile, I don't know how their own is. They're just showing you the best parts. But leaving that aside, I digress. I think social media has made us have this unrealistic expectations,
Expectations.
which shouldn't be in the Christendom in the church, but unfortunately, we as Christians still have that standards, unrealistic standards. First of all, you want your man to look a certain way. Second, which there's nothing bad in that, but you have height restrictions. Say 6'2". How many people are 6'2"? Have you? Is your father 6'2"?
And above.
Then you want the person to be making a certain amount of money. It is £1 million per year or something. I don't know where you will find that one, but all this kind of I'm exaggerating.
Yeah.
But all these kind of standards that you know that it'll be very hard to find. Sometimes just do some quick Google say like the percentage of men between certain this age and this age that is 6'2" earning above. I think you get a number, and they realize how small
The group is, and they're
the group
probably all
is,
married.
and they're all gone as well. So
Probably.
maybe and stuff like that. Not to say that there are not good looking guys that are there and everything, but I think
They've
we
got
should.
potential.
I think you should. The priorities should be in the right place. A good man, and I think there are good men there that are right for the taking. But unfortunately, because of I believe social media and a lot of other things, technology advancements, and how giving us an array of options. We believe there's actually plenty fish in the ocean, but there's actually not plenty fishes. You think there are plenty fishes, but there's a lot of poisonous fishes that will poison you. But
They go choke you.
when you believe that's the option, and then we then wait till it's too late, and then settle for what we can find, and cycle repeats itself. Yeah.
I don't think you've answered me. I said, how do you feel about dating? Go, 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 go. Taking girls on. Like, you're trying to meet someone or get to know. I mean, for some girls, they've got requirements. I mean, we need to go on at least 6 to 10 dates.
But yeah, are you talking of how many dates we should go, or how the dates should be?
Both. How should the dates be, and how? I mean,
How much you should spend on the dates, blah, blah, blah.
yeah. Because now a lot of maybe friendships or relationship in quotes potential relationships, they are really driven on money. Yeah,
they're driven by money.
They're driven by money. Like if you ask an average person now, what's your ideal date? They want to go to a nice restaurant, which is good. But again, that comes with spending money. Yeah. And some girls would believe, okay, if he wants me, at least make some efforts to spend. But they want those luxury restaurants and all that. If I probably take you to McDonald's or or what's it called? Burger King. Does that kind of make it? Now it does make a big difference.
Yeah.
Like if you're dating a girl, you're trying to date a girl, you can't just take her to McDonald's to have a chat. We need to go to a proper restaurant, and that's why I'm asking. How do you feel about the fact that it's really money driven?
Well, still, I think it's still social media again, because well, it is, especially in the Christendom, like in our churches, it's a shame that we also hold on to that concept of having needed, especially for the first date, that you require to go somewhere very expensive to know each other. For me, my idea of a first date is just to get to know each other. You don't even have to spend money. You can even walk with the coffee and everything.
That is cold. You want to do on a walk with coffee. By the way,
I'm just imagining summer now. Imagine when the sun is shining.
What if we met in winter?
If we met in winter, then you can go for like a cappuccino, a Costa coffee. It's still a good date, in my opinion.
Good, yeah.
And then you get to know, because for me the first date is to know each other.
Exactly.
Is to get to know each other. It's not to show you that I can spend on you.
Oh dear.
Who are you? I don't know you. And then actually, you want me to be spending 1 million on your steak?
That's the idea. The girls want to know that, oh, can this guy look after me?
So that's why I'm taking them on an expensive day.
Who is taking on an expensive day? That's the idea. The girls want to actually know, oh, where is he going to take me to on the first date? And I'm all dressed up, looking nice with my heels, my hair, face bang and all that, face beats. Then he says, okay, we're going to bank. Can you meet me at bank?
No, now you would have discussed this prior, that okay, would you like to go on a coffee date or something on this thing? I understand. Okay, you, if you want to now eat something and stuff like that, then you can go somewhere reasonable. And then, but I don't think I buy the idea of
Expensive
spending
date.
so much money for a first date. What now happens if after the first day she says, I'm not interested?
Or even the guy says, I don't want to see the girl again anyway.
All that money in this economy.
Oh dear. Another oh dear.
It's true now, but we need to be realistic. And ladies need to know this. When a guy needs, especially like I'm talking for normal church working class people like myself.
Oh dear.
If you will require such money
Mm.
in the first date, we don't think of you. Our picture of you is not.
You're
It's
lucky
not
we
the
met
best.
during COVID when everywhere was shut.
As in, or just wait for another pandemic. When does everyone be closed?
That's the best time.
There's no way. As in, you just need to talk. And you buy your food, and it will be
swear.
wrapped in nylon.
You probably cook as well.
Or you cook. Or that one as well. Okay, I don't
On
know
the
about
first
that.
date, I don't know
But
about that though. To
to
go to
cook
somebody's house.
to his house, okay. As Christians as well. Yeah,
Nah.
that one I would.
That's an unsafe option.
That's a very unsafe option.
Mm.
But yeah, that's my thoughts on needing an expensive first date. Those days, for example,
Which those days?
those days,
Oh,
this was not the case.
Mm.
Now, because of social media, they see that that person went on a date
Influence.
and the person will post a picture that look at me on my first date, blah blah blah. You think that they are your mates. You too, you now want to do the same thing for first date. First of all, I don't know what that person is doing or what that. So I don't think we should use that as a yardstick
Yardstick.
for your own dating life. And another thing I want to say, just to cover it, is not a lot of girls that this is for my fellow guys now.
Mm.
The girls you find too, it matters. Like if a girl, the girls requiring all this most times, it is dodgy when you find them. But there are a lot of girls when you meet them in real life, not social media now, you speak to them, they are normal, like my beautiful wife here. They don't require like £1 million for their first date and stuff like that. They're just normal. They would be happy, very happy to go
On a picnic.
yeah, on anything.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
You are saying oh dear 1 million times.
You mean I'll be happy to go on a picnic? Well, yeah.
You will be. I'm sure as long as the idea is nice and you plan it.
Mm.
That's what ladies love. You have an idea of how they will spend their time.
Yeah.
For Christian ladies, they will like that. Let me
Not
just
all though, darling.
not all, not all. But they are out there. That's the thing. I think you should just maybe do your due diligence to find the correct ones there to go out on a date.
How do you find the correct ones now? Is
You pray and fast because nowadays more they show for face.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was I don't think you can do, but sometimes by their fruits you shall know them. If she's telling you we'll go, what is an expensive restaurant?
What in UK?
Yeah, I don't know if they mention one of these.
I'm not even taking you to
one of those Michelin star restaurants for first date.
Fair enough.
You already know that.
Oh, but
come on now.
Maybe you shouldn't be going.
Like to cover your month's salary, you want to go and burn it on stupid steak. Then that one
might not even be nice.
As in overcooked or undercooked, man. God forbid. But you know that thing will pay me. I'll pay that money and the food is now still not nice and it's one small portion. Like that, they just put it's also decor. They'll not decorate the food and tell you chop. Man.
You sacrifice.
Sacrifice for what?
What if the date works out?
And you go out, you still be vexed. Only
and you guys will not even eat. You
Exactly.
just take a bottle of water. Bless.
Okay, let me know hold you. Go to your next point.
Okay, so my next question is about finding love. Again, we've talked a little bit. I think you've touched on social media again and the influence of social media on relationships. So the second question is about finding love on dating apps. I'll give an example. Tinder. Tinder is a very popular one. There's Hinge as well. I think there's also, is it Bumble or Bubble, guys? I don't know. I don't really have reasons to go on dating apps. So Tinder, Hinge, or Bumble or Bubble, and then again, there's some social media apps that can be dating apps, like with the DMing and all that, Instagram, Snap, TikTok, and all that. How do you feel about Christians, single men and single ladies, finding love on those apps? We'll start with the well known apps like Tinder.
Okay. I At the end of the day, I think it's a tool, and it depends on how you use it. Although they are notoriously known for the other end, like just hookups and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I believe there are testimonies that will come out from Tinder and what's the other one? Hinge. I don't know about Hinge, but I think back then I heard of Tinder, and some people maybe found love.
Actually, I know someone. I know someone that actually found love on Tinder.
Are they still together?
Yeah, like since 2020 when I came to the UK, they're still together.
Okay.
And at that point, when I just came in, she was like, "Oh, if you want to find friends, just go on Tinder." And I was like, "Hey." She was like, "I'm with my partner now. We met on Tinder, and they're still actually together. Probably married now. I'm not sure, but they're still together." So
yeah, but
this person is Oebo.
So that's a big quote. So
yeah, I know.
For us,
You require more.
I think if you want to use Tinder as a Christian, my point of view now, please don't take my word as gold. You just need to be more careful. You need to sieve through the rubbish, because
Yeah.
my opinion. You see, when she said Tinder, I just giggled a little bit, because I've not heard the overwhelming testimonies.
It's just that one I've heard.
It's just for hookups and stuff like that, nothing serious. But I believe maybe if you fine tune your profile to know that it's for something serious and stuff like that, then you would hook up with other people that are looking for something serious. Hopefully. And stuff like that. Yeah.
Hopefully.
That's my opinion on Tinder and stuff like that.
How about Instagram, Snap, TikTok, and the rest of them, Thread, all of them?
Now, that one's a different story. I lean towards that one more, because you have Thread. Do the people find
Thread, for some reason, I'm on the dating side of Thread.
That your Thread. I don't know what you do. My Thread is informational. Your one is just.
My one is people that have just arrived in London looking for new friends. I don't know. I found myself there. But the dating side of I think it has different sides, and I've got like Christian stuff going on.
Yeah, because that's my own
Christian.
I've got gym and all those. Also.
No, I've got Christian stuff, like people looking for Christian friends.
Yeah,
and I just have people looking for friends,
not wife or husband.
I say dating, and also people looking for Christian. You could be whatever friend you're looking for, but that's the side of Thread that I'm on.
Okay.
So yeah, from there they probably just connect on Instagram. Yeah. So
okay, fair enough. Yeah, Instagram and Facebook and others. So I think that one, at least you can have like a preview of who you are speaking to. You can also have like you can have. Yeah, you can have a gander, and that's what they talk about. You can have a gander around the person's page to know who you're speaking with. You can have an idea of how this person, if he or she posts quite regularly. If they don't post, that's another one. That's another story again. Well, from that you can literally have a discussion. It's more intimate. Something like WhatsApp now it's more intimate. Like you get to know, to communicate more before.
I was going to say, how about people that don't have pictures on their social media with private accounts as well?
I don't know what you're doing then. Why you what? Okay, let's not be like. I'm not against people that have private accounts and everything, but if you want to use that as a platform to find people, if you want to use that to find love in a Christendom or whatever, then it needs to be an open account. It can't be private. Second of all, you need to post good pictures. It's like your CV. People need to come and survey what their package and
But there are people
everything.
that don't like to post their life on social. They don't like to post. Okay, would you say having at least one picture is enough,
No,
or consistency?
especially if it's just a face shot like this, it's not enough. You need different sides and angle. Let us know what you are dealing with.
Nah, wow.
It's This is for people that want to use Instagram or what is as a platform to find
Right.
love,
Okay, got you.
not like your life. If you are saying, "Oh, I have Instagram, I'm not finding anybody," and then you have private account, you only have one picture
Passport.
with your head and everything, it's not good enough, man. The applications will get
Denied. Okay, so let's move on quickly to the next thing.
Okay.
Which is right. We've talked about most of the issues, and now, what would you say is a way forward to find a partner? I mean, which
In this
church?
generation.
Yeah, I know even in church, it's difficult to find someone who's really giving their life to Christ, who's born again. Because again, a church is like a hospital. Someone with headache would go there. Someone with depression would go there. Someone with anxiety, just like the hospital where you have variety of people coming for different things. Church is like that as well. So you can't really expect every man or woman you find in church to already be saved. Do you get? They're probably on their journey.
Even if they are saved, safe.
Exactly,
You
still on that
yeah,
journey.
yeah.
So, what would be your advice in cases like that? If you're meeting someone, maybe in church.
For me personally, I think I'm biased on this stuff because I feel I always run away from. Then I used to run away from church people. Like
Why?
I've not had because of hypocrisy. I think there are two sides of it. The ones that are very good in quote Christians that now judge other people for whatever
that's
they're doing.
understandable. Yeah.
Then there's the other one, the ones that pretend that they're not even good at all, and they are just snakes, green snake in the green grass. So is that the top? How do you say? Those ones as well. They as you said, the church is filled with people that are going to have healing. Yeah, you can't find the best, but you can no.
That's still best there.
You can find the best, but you can find the worst. Okay, let me put it like that.
Both.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
Yeah.
That's the way I want to put it. So you need to really be careful in church, especially from my experience. Yeah.
Now this is personal, guys.
Yeah, you have to be very careful. Let me just put it like that and end it because man, you see them and you come outside that church environment, it's a different story. Or they will judge you for everything you do and everything. So I think it's that fine line, that fine balance of being a good Christian and also being a human being, like being real.
What do you mean by being real? You cannot be on both sides of the coin. You
No,
you're a good Christian, or you're a good Christian, or
you can be a good Christian and be real. You know them good Christians that you cannot even have a normal conversation with. Everything is always around, which there's nothing bad about it, but everything is always spiritual in that line, always going towards Bible, Ezekiel and Isaiah.
Of course, now that's the core of our existence as Christians.
So everything we should be talking Isaiah, Nehemiah.
Of course, if you want
disciples.
to relate everything to the Bible, you can relate where there's a
we don't live. But we don't live in a life where we are talking everything about the Bible. We go to work, we go to weddings, we have any other ceremony. Imagine going to church, a wedding, and the guy, somebody is talking Isaiah to you in a wedding.
Talking Isaiah as in toasting me. Isaiah.
He said, do you know in Isaiah? Blah, 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 blah. There's a time and place. I'm not. I'm, time and place, I know. Of course, but I'm not disregarding. Yes, you can always be spirit focused in having these discussions, but you should not be awkward. For a lack of a better term, you should not be awkward about it, and you should still be able to have a normal. These conversations are normal. We should still have other conversations that it doesn't have to be about the Bible. That's what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
I
Yeah.
understand your point then.
Mm,
Understandable.
yeah.
Mm.
And what was the other thing? Yeah. So do you say the solution or the problem?
Solution.
Well, the solution is for guys, my Christian brothers, come here. You need to learn
Yeah.
some. You need to learn some game, some steez when you're talking. As I touched on now, you can't be talking Christian, unless you want to find another sister in that light where the both of you just be biblically flowing together. No wahala. But I think if we want,
But you
if
should find someone who you can biblically flow with anyway.
and that's what you'll be talking about.
No, that's not all. The way you're saying this is that it's like every time, even though you're watching Netflix, no, that's not what I mean. But you should still be able to find someone in that light.
What I'm saying, darling, is
Is
there are some issues. These guys, I have a lot of friends. I have friends in both worlds. God forgive me. I have the one to the ultra left
why?
where they don't even believe in God at all. And I have the ones that believe in God, like Baku, what is that? Baku Super Sack, that one. So now I have some friends now, they are in mid 40s. No, no, I hope they watch this stuff. No wife or nothing and everything. And I've experienced firsthand how they talk to girls and how they try to approach ladies and everything.
Mm.
The steez is not there. The dressing is not there. Sometimes the smelling is not there too. Every join. So that stuff like that, and we overlook this side in with the canopy of Christianity sometimes, especially in my church where I came. You know my church, so it's I should not mention it, but you will know the one I'm talking about. Anyway, so that's it for that one. And then for ladies as well, sometimes the it's difficult for ladies. It's more difficult for ladies because in these current times, the standards, most men would want to do things that you want to do as a Christian woman before getting married. But there are ways to go about it. Church events, you still meet good church guys that will stand for that as well.
Mm.
But sometimes these ladies too, they are confused. They say they don't want that, but they still want an interesting guy.
Good bad guy.
So you need to know what you want. The
Oh my god.
sometimes you need to give the guy a chance to open up because speaking for myself as well, like we as Christian guys, we are not very out there like that because we didn't get the chance to spoil too much. So we are always more in the reserved side, and then small we open up more. Am I correct? This way you're looking at me like that.
I'm letting you express
It's
yourself.
it's true, Shay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So things like that. So I think that's the way I can say for ladies to manage their expectations.
Mm,
The
yeah.
if you want a guy, then um learn to accept what's there.
Tend to accept what's there. But ladies, I think sometimes there's just standards that are just too high. Nobody's saying bring down your standards, but there's some you need to set smart goals
Priorities.
for yourself. You need to have smart standards, priorities, just like you said. It might not be there. So some ladies that are still single, they actually have a list of people they can settle with,
But
but
it's not their spec.
it's you don't get it. It's not their spec. Yeah. So we need to be able to have that spirit of discernment as well. If you're a Christian lady, you're praying. Sometimes they say, "What do you define for Sokoto? Ide your Sokoto. Ide your Sokoto." That's what you're looking for in somewhere else, another state called Sokoto. That's a place in Nigeria. You actually have it in your pocket, Sokoto. That's your trouser in Yoruba. So we need to be more sensitive to the spirit of God. Obviously, when you're finding a partner, if you're Christian, not being unequally yoked. as well is really important as well. But ladies should kind of learn to open your eyes. That's all I'll say. Just open your eyes, because sometimes we chase away men.
Some churches don't believe in opening your eyes.
Open-
That church that she doesn't want me to talk about, describe it like this. This is how you should find your husband or your
like
wife.
Adam and Eve.
You know the way Adam slept? God put Adam to sleep, took one rib, and made Eve. He did not know anything about it. So all this, you should throw this church that I don't want me to mention, said you should not have any speck. Just close your eyes, sleep, and God will show you your missing rib.
That still works. You know, at the end of the day, it's your conviction.
It depends from person. To be honest, honestly, it's really there's not any fixed. If there's anything I should drive home, there's not any fix. There are some people that will sleep and dream of their wife.
Yeah. So this is the one.
There are some people that will date 7 girls before they find their wife.
There's some people that will just be the first date and that's the wife.
Yeah, so it really depends, but it should be open up. I think the most important thing is what
being open.
Yeah, what we've touched on: managing your expectations, being sensitive to the spirit, and
open as well. And open your eyes.
You're still talking about this eye
open your eye. Open your eye. Let your standards are high, that's fine. But again, just make sure that your standards are smart. Yeah. You can I'm not against having high standards. Me, I had high standard. I look at the result of what God gave to me. Okay.
I went above. Huh? I went above your standards. Eh?
No, you were just on my standard.
What do you mean just? I went above. What do you mean?
Which above? I prayed for a full package. That was my prayer, a full package. So I'm not telling you to lower your standard, but I'm saying that make sure your standard is smart. And when I mean smart, is specific, is measurable when it comes to his pockets. Yeah. Is achievable, okay? All right. If you want to marry him next year, next 2 years.
Don't have standard for money. Like, I don't think you should have standard for money.
You should. You can want somebody who is financially stable.
Okay. If you put it at that, to some degree, okay. Yeah. But not like, okay, you should be making, when you say you should be making a certain...
This amount of money.
That it doesn't sit well with me.
It doesn't really sit well.
Especially as Christians, like...
What's the drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can have a standard. I wanted someone who's working. Just have your finances together. That was one of my own standards. So I'm not going to lie. So in that way, I know what I want. Do you get? I'm working. So if you're coming to me, and from my past experience, I'm not trying to date somebody who is jobless. Do you get me? So that was my standard. So I'm working. I need somebody that can match up on that same level, who's not jobless. I mean, you can get jobless eventually, but as we are meeting now, these are the things that I want. And I'm not looking for a certain amount. I'm not looking for him to earn this amount of money or that amount of money. I'm just looking for someone who has that stability. So I'm saying, yeah, have your standards. It's good to have standards, because if not...
So if I was not working when I met you, if I was not working,
I will try and motivate you to find a job.
But will the discussion go forward? Like,
of course, you are fine now, darling.
You see, look, I'm just trying. I asked that question because I know you, and I know you wouldn't steal. From the core of you see beyond if the person is working or not. You will know how this person, you will know that, yes, this guy will find a job eventually and everything.
And again, like, I try to motivate people. There's somebody that will just say, there are people that don't want to work. Do you understand?
You will know from them that this person is just a lazy person.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So even though we met at that point and you were not exactly working, I would try to do my best to motivate you, but if I'm motivating you and there's only to some degree you motivate someone to some degree, or if they are not interested, because you can't really change anybody. Right. So all I'm driving across is don't lower your standards, okay? If you do have standards, but just ensure that your standards are smart, they are achievable, they are specific, they are realistic. Yeah, very important that is realistic.
And they are biblical.
Yeah, we need to add B to that smart. They are biblical. So, yeah, but there's nothing bad in having standards, to be honest. It's just that sometimes the standards are. If you listen to some people's standards, you'll be like, "Are you alright? Do you think you will find somebody?" You never find anybody with it, so just make sure
And you
there's.
not throw the standard away by the time you knock 45.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So hopefully not.
now this is not dating whatever we are just talking
We're just
our
talking,
own.
yeah. We're just.
You take it as you wish and do what you want with it.
I mean, everyone has their opinion again.
Yeah.
Not everything we say might be right. This is just how we feel.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Please watch, like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you again for joining us in I Feel episode 2.
Yeah.
And God bless.